Telling me on with you. Anyways, my internet slow, but I'm good. Wanted to see if you. The predictability of the NBA is it's like right in front of your face. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna have to do something drastic. They really are. They're gonna. Okay, so if you can predict a lottery, a lot of people will win the lottery who can predict it. They had one guy who won the lottery 7 times. And then he wrote a book about how to win the lottery. How to win the lottery for dummies. He won 7 times. So you think he sells that book a lot? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I guess every year who's going to go to the championship. Every year because you guys asked me to, actually. I don't watch the games. I'm not a basketball fan. All I know are the superstars. I don't really know too much about anything else. How you doing? Good. I don't know anything. I don't go deep into their lives, and I don't really care. I only know what mainstream media pretty much puts out there. This is why my channel is not the premium channel to come to for sports information. However, if somebody who is a neophyte, like myself, in the subject of the NBA can guesstimate and come pretty close to who's going to win a championship each year, it shows you how diluted the NBA actually is. It shows you that the NBA, one, I don't really think that they care who knows anymore. Why? Because people are still going to watch them. Two, the NBA has an international following. So their concentration is not necessarily on the American people, except for ticket sales. However, when it comes to the advertisements, which is the way a lot of these people get paid, when it comes to the advertisements, those advertisements are worldwide. So, when, okay, so let's say 20 years ago, the possible loss of revenue for the NBA would be what? Ticket sales. You're not putting butts in seats. So, of course, you have an issue with that. Nowadays, it's different. You still pack the house, but nonetheless, season ticket holders is really where the NBA used to guarantee their money. Now, not true so much. So when you have people from other countries who look at the so-called world champions, even though the only other country that you play is Canada, which is right next door, it's not like you have, Zurich that's in the NBA. They're not a part of the NBA. But nonetheless, you're world champions. Like, you're not world champion. France, you're not playing against France. That's what the Olympics is for. So you can't say that you're world champions. You can just say that you're NBA champions. But nonetheless, I digress. To get to the point is if I can pick who's winning the championship and I don't watch it, then for you people who constantly watch it, I can imagine your disappointment because it seems to be the same old rinse and repeat each year. What happened to the $20 bet you made? What do you mean? What happened to it? Did I make a $20 bet with you? Yo. Okay, before you get started, you realize that I write everything down. All right. So to say what happened to it is like you're not getting anywhere with that. Now you can say, "Are we still on for $20?" And I can look into my archives and be like, "I bet you 20." Okay, yes, we're still on for $20. I don't change my bets. Unlike some people, Alex Davis, he changed his bet on me. I cut him off from the channel, and I knew I was gonna win, but he backed out right before the series started. So no. So as far as your question is concerned, what happened to it? If I bet you, then the bet is still on. You know what I'm saying? If we got a bet, then it's still on. So I don't have my paperwork in front of me. I'm chilling outside. But if you and I have a bet for $20, I think that's what it is. Because Alex Davis was the only other person I bet for. No, there's three people I bet. So, there's two people still in it. Okay, so I didn't bet you. Okay, be at ease. Did I or did I not bet you? I mean, I got the paperwork sitting upstairs. I'm just outside because it's a nice day. I'm supposed to go to some shindig tonight. I haven't been to a shindig in a long time. I don't even know if I'm going. I need to go to sleep before No, you didn't bet me. Okay, so what happened to that $20 bet? Okay, so what are you talking about specifically then? What $20 bet are you talking about? That I bet somebody else? Whoever I bet is still out there other than Alex Davis. I cut him off the channel. I blocked him because he reneged. Okay, so yeah, anyone that I bet, I wrote it down. If they haven't backed out, then I'm still in. I got my money ready. You know what I'm saying? I keep 20 on. Oh, it was Davis. Yeah, I cut him off. He's gone. And what's really crazy is what he tried to do is he knew that the Raptors were gonna lose, right? Yeah. He knew the Raptors were gonna lose. But he started running off at the mouth like, yo, the Raptors can beat the Bucks. And I was like, the Raptors are not gonna beat the Bucks. He's like, bet 20 on it. I was like, let's go. So he's like, okay, bet. So, when we agree, I write it down and I'm like, boom, there it is. Now, if you turn around the same day in the same conversation, or even the next day, you have second thoughts. This is before the series starts. Then I'm like, okay, all right, cool. You got second thoughts. Not a big deal. But for one, you're on my channel every day talking crazy. That's for one. And I told him, I said, you seem like one of those dudes. Because remember, I had a dude like that last year. He selling wolf tickets the whole nine, but Brady won the championship and he didn't want to pay me. He's like, you'll never get your money from me. I was like, cool. I had two people do that. I was like, cool. I cut them both off from the channel. I was like, y'all don't want to pay me? Okay, fine. Then, you know, I don't need that. So he's going to wait until right before game one. Then he's like, nah, I want to renege on the bet. I'm like, no, we're not doing that. It's a bet, big dog. So I had to let him go. Because to me, he was going to renege anyway. He had all the trappings of a troller and somebody who was just going to bounce on me. And I was in what, $60 with that dude? Nah, I want my $60. So this way, I'm not even worried about it. This is why I don't bet a lot of money with you guys because you got people like that. You know what I'm saying? When I'm confident that I'm gonna win, and I keep telling you why I'm gonna win, those guys get shook. They start listening to my reasoning and going, see, they don't look at the NBA for what it is. They look at the NBA for what they want it to be. I don't look at it for what I want it to be because I don't care. I look at it for exactly what it is. It's a media tool, and it's a way of manipulating you, just like the media does. That's what the NBA is. It's just a media tool. You know what I'm saying? And when I start making sense of it all and how it's, being used to manipulate you into watching it, pay into it, buy, their items, giving your children high hopes that they can actually be in the NBA, and all the highfalutin and nonsense that comes with it, the girls, the money, all that other stuff, then you're hooked one way or another. You're either an avid watcher, a season ticket holder, or you got some young upstart in your neighborhood that or in your family. You're pushing them to try to be that 1% who's going to get into the NBA. Who's to say that they're not? Nonetheless, it is a collective effort, and a lot of times it's not just talent, and we're witnessing that right now. Look at Zion Williams. Zion Williams is a good example of what the NBA is, because Zion Williams looked at the NBA and he did the same thing that Johnny Football did when they put Johnny Football on Cleveland. He did the same thing. Johnny Football, he tried it for a couple minutes, but he was just like, nope, I'm going back to being an Aggie, partying with the college girls anyway, so I'm good. However, Zion Williams was just like, I'm not going to go to a crappy team because they both know what that means. If you go to one of these crappy teams and you are someone who's used to winning national championships, both of them, once you get that bug in you, once you get that, I'm a national champion, I'm a superstar, and then they knock you down to pretty much normalcy in the game, it doesn't sit right with you. You're just like, no, I need that attention. I need to be on that level. And you're like, I'm not gonna, give my energy to this. And then you can see yourself spending your good years, from 22 to what, 30? Look at James Harden. He's 30 years old right now. They're talking about him aging at 30 years old. So it lets you know that your prime in the NBA is pretty much like in between 21 and like 29. That's your prime years. Once you hit the 30 mark and you're old. You're old in the NBA. And these guys saw it. They were just like, nah, I'm not going to go out there and get beat up. Zion Williams, he's already injured. They're just like, no, I'm just not going to do it. I'm either going to play with a superstar team so I can get what I need, increase my longevity, or I'm not going to play at all. So he bounced. It's just not what it seems. It, it's it's so much more than what we see on the outside. There's so much politics and propaganda that goes into the NBA, and you can get swallowed up in it one way or another. And right now the Raptors. Listen, the Raptors and the Bucks. I looked at the highlight of, what was it, yesterday's game with the Raptors and the Bucks. You guys know I really don't pay highlights anymore. When Jordan was 30, he was beating. When Jordan was 40, he was beating up on people. When Jordan was 40 years old, he was beating people at what, 40 years old? When he was 40, and he played for the Wizards. He had one of the best seasons until he got hit in the knee. He was 40. But you're talking about Michael Jordan. Listen, you've had you look, who just retired? Is it Ginobili? Didn't he just retired? Tony Parker, he's 41. I mean, let's be honest. You can play until you're 40 and still be good. Those guys were in the playoffs. But Michael Jordan was the best there is at what he did. He is the Wolverine of the NBA, and that's just it. He is an anomaly. He told his coach for Washington Wizards. He sat beside him. He was like, yes, see, both of them retired, 41 years old. But he told his coach, Michael Jordan told his coach of the Wizards, because Michael Jordan wasn't just the coach of the Wizards. He was involved in the back office too. Until they fired him, they got rid of him. But Jordan, when his coach had took him out one game, and when they were on the ride home on the airplane, he was like, sit beside me, and he was like, "Do you still believe I can play?" And the coach was like, "Yeah." He humbled himself, like, because it's all about the superstars, really. He humbled himself. He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, then, let me, go out here and do my thing." And then the next game, he comes out and scores 40 points. See, Michael Jordan was different. Michael Jordan mastered the mental fortitude that you need to survive in the league. This is one thing that actually, I'm gonna say, when Michael Jordan retired, he retired to me for political reasons. For one, his dad dying. Listen, those guys were set up to do that. That was deep right there. That was real deep. That wasn't a casual thing. You knew who Michael Jordan's dad was. He drove around in a brand new Lexus coupe. Okay, you knew who he was. You know what I'm saying? You knew who you were trying to get to. So, there's a whole conspiracy issue behind that, but I digress. But nonetheless, Michael Jordan, his ability and his look at the game was different than anybody else's. And this is why he was such a, to me, a prodigy, because of the way he would tell you that you're not better than he is. He's telling Olajuwon, he's telling Larry Bird, and Larry Bird was good for telling you when he was gonna make a shot. This is Larry Bird. Michael Jordan's telling Sean Kemp, he's he's you know what I'm saying, he's telling these people that he's better than them. I'm better than you. Stackhouse. Jerry Stackhouse, what's wrong with you, bro? You beat Michael Jordan in a one-on-one. Come on, bro. You know that's not going to add up once you hit the court. Michael Jordan torched him after that. Him and his teammates was talking junk. And that was a young Stackhouse. Michael Jordan had just came out of retirement and cleaned his clock. He was beating him in all kind of. He made him look stupid. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, Michael Jordan was a different breed. And people saying that the division was weaker. No, the division was stronger, because when you look at basketball today, you have maybe 10 superstars. Everybody else is supporting actors. When you look at when Michael Jordan was playing, you gotta understand, he was getting his butt kicked first. But once he started winning, that was it. Once he came into his prime, that was it. Uh, you had at least 3 stars to each team. Yeah, he embarrassed Jerry Stack. But the thing about it was Stackhouse asked for it, because you're young and stupid. Stackhouse was having a great season. He was, getting into it with everybody. He's strong. He's, fast. He was nice with it. But that doesn't necessarily equate to talent. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're talking to someone who's been in a league longer than you, and someone who knows the ropes. Now, when you're playing in the NBA, when you're playing in the NBA, yeah, he did. He took it in front of everybody too. It's like somebody just coming up and snatching your girl in a crowd of people, and you can't do nothing about it. And your girl is like, "Yeah, I'm going with this dude." That's what happened. You don't ever want to get a girl again, or if you do, you won't take her to the same place. He took his manhood from him, but Stackhouse asked for it. Stackhouse challenged him. He late and him and his teammate was like, to hell with Michael Jordan. We don't even like him. Yeah, so he's like, I'm gonna take your woman from you. Any woman that was looking at you is not looking at you anymore. And you can't tell me that ain't what happened. It's like you getting into a fight, you starting a fight because you're the bigger person, and you roll up on some small dude, and you got all these chicks around, and the little dude beat your ass, and you know what I'm saying? Guess who going to get the girl? Little man going to get the girl, and that's it. And wherever you got into that fight at, bro, you not getting no more girl from there. She'll be third hand after little man get done with her. You can have her back. It's the way it goes. You know, some people are just mega talented. Michael Jordan is just one of those people. So I would have never, I would have approached him on some, all right, let's see what you can do. You know what I'm saying? But I would have said it to him on the court. Come on, like show me what you can do. And once he whooped me, I, no one wouldn't have known unless he told that story later. I'd have been like, man, he got me. But it wouldn't have been no big public thing like I don't like this dude. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, bro. We see boxers do that all the time. MMA fighters do that. Nah, bro. You set yourself up, Jerry Stackhouse, and all of your talent deflated you. You had nothing. There's not one skill that he had that could fix what Michael Jordan done to him. There's not one. That was it for him. Uh, Now, as far as the Bucks are concerned, I'm gonna tell you something. When I was watching the highlight and the way the Bucks played the Raptors, they played fundamental basketball. Very, 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 very basic, fundamental basketball, and that's how they beat the Bucks. And I'm gonna tell you something. I didn't think that Golden State had a contender until I watched what the Bucks did to the Raptors in Game Two. Go and look at it, and look at how they passed the ball, and look at how the Raptors were doing the whole showboating and one on one, and you're gonna see very, very, very fundamental basketball happening. I mean, they were passing the ball around the perimeter like it was a high school game. I was actually excited for a short minute. Like, wow, you don't see this in the NBA. You usually see one person come and then take it to the hoop, and then Kyrie Irving it, and boom, and you get a lot of that. Nah, it was a lot of unselfish, calculated, uh, take your time basketball. It was good basketball. So, do I think that the Bucks can hang? I think if the Bucks, for one, I don't think the Raptors have a chance. But I think that if the Bucks kept that good perimeter basketball up and good D, I think they'll give Golden State a run for their money if KD isn't playing. If KD plays, it doesn't matter what they do. KD joins in there somewhere, it doesn't matter what they do. I think the Raptors are going to win Game Three. They're going to lose Game Four. That's going to be it. And that's just to save face. And that might not even happen. They might get swept like last year. But they lose a lot of money whenever a sweep happens. So, you know. But I give them 2 games, bow out gracefully. But they don't have the fundamentals. What they have is superstar power, and that's just one superstar. And he obviously can't carry you the whole time. I mean, they got Gasol, but not the way the Bucks are playing. I mean, they're playing fundamental. When they hit a three, the defender is like 4 feet from them. They're getting that ball around the key. When you watch it, and you would think that a high school coach is over there telling them, okay, make a layup. Okay, shoot the three. Like, this is what you think is happening. Because I'm looking at it like, wait a minute. That's basic basketball there. That's not showboating. That's not what I'm used to seeing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think the Raptors have a chance. I just don't. Unless they start playing a better game. They got to start trapping. I just can't see it. I can't see it at all. You know, playing one on one, playing man defense isn't going to get it for them. And then again, zone defense. I just can't see it. I just don't see how they're going to do it. Now, when the Bucks play Golden State, if they can slow down Steph Curry, foul him out, and there's no KD, yeah, I can see the Bucks winning a championship. If they can sit Curry down, and I mean sit him down like Jordan in his Wizards years. And if they can sit him down, like if somebody could do the whole knee thing, because that's how Jordan went out. He caught a knee. Some dude just ran up to him, bam. It looked professional. It looked like a professional hit on Jordan's knee. And he limped, and that was it. He never recovered from there. He still has that injury today. Meniscus, what is it? Synovial joint, patella tendon. He hit him right in the patella. Boom, pow. And that tendon sits right there because mine hurt every day. Added on the fact that he was 40, little tendonitis set in. That's what happened to Scottie Pippen, too. The knees went out. That's it. Kevin Garnett, he could still ball. Guess what? Knees went out. Shaquille O'Neal, same thing. Knees went out. Once that cartilage in between your knees, from all that jumping and all that, that's it. That's it. But yeah, so I think the Bucks will definitely smash the Raptors. I don't think the Raptors have a ghost of a chance. And here's what I hope don't happen. You hope that the Raptors don't get so embarrassed that I was saying this before, that they don't lose Kawhi Leonard. So here's the trap. Here's the setup. If the league is getting major numbers from the Raptors, if they're getting more attention, if they're making more revenue because the Raptors are prominent this year, then Kawhi Leonard's not going anywhere. He'll stay, and they'll at least win 2 or 3 games. They're still going to lose a series. Because of all that hype that was around Kawhi for the last game and the game before that, if the league made a lot of money off of that, and I mean more than usual, if there was a spike, and they're just like, we need Kawhi Leonard to stay there, then he's not going anywhere. He's not. He's not going to go anywhere. So that's just that. He'll stay there. He'll stay there next year. And what he'll do is he'll do a LeBron James is what he's doing now. Remember LeBron James when he went back to Cleveland? LeBron James had a year contract. It was a 1 year contract. You know how much it was for? $23 million. That's what it was for. He had a $23 million contract. So it was for. So he took a year contract. He's like, no, I'm not gonna commit. I'm gonna stick with this year contract because I want to see if I'm gonna get what I need. If I'm not, I'm leaving. Again. And eventually he did. But nonetheless, he had a $23 million contract. So Kawhi Leonard was just like, oh, okay, all right, fine. Uh, Give me a year contract. Let's see how this works out. but you're in the final four. So to me, it's working out good. However, if you're looking for that ring, you're in the wrong country for one, and you're definitely on the wrong team. So it depends on what Kawhi wants to do. If Kawhi wants to win a ring within the next 2 years, what up, Vic? If if Kawhi wants to, yeah, what it do, man? If Kawhi wants to win a ring in the next 2 years, in the next 4 years, while he's young, he's gonna go to the Lakers. I'm good, Vic. How you doing? Just hanging outside, enjoying this weather. I got a shindig to go to tonight. I might not go. I was invited though. Starts at 8. Go upstairs and lay down for a little bit. I just been chilling all day. Yeah, drinking a beer. Yeah, there it is. I got my. This is my beer right here. Cranberry juice. My beer. Cranberry. Yeah, I just been chilling, man. I was sick a couple days ago. Caught a cold and felt like I was getting the flu, so I was like in bed. You know, I recovered. Got a little rain coming down. Oh, oh, it's like that. A little precipitation. So trying to keep those kidneys like like a faucet. I see. Yeah, man, I sip on this a lot. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna go and check out this little shindig. I ain't been out in a long time. Shoot, I don't even know what I'm wearing. I ain't got no fresh kicks or nothing. Do I got any fresh kicks? I don't know. I'll throw something on. But yeah, chilling outside, looking at the rust on my truck. I'm gonna have to de-rust it. So I've been sitting out here studying YouTube, trying to figure out how I'm gonna get the rust off of there because it's eating it up. It's eating it up pretty bad. I'll show you. Oh, show you the rust on this joker. This is where it was patched, but they didn't take the rust out, right? So, mm, yeah, so all that's rusted out. So that's rusted out. Look at this. It'd be easier to take the fender, get a new fender. I was thinking about putting some fiberglass over it, but you know, there's a big old hole right here. Ooh wee! That is and right here. So yeah, the hog got all kind of rust on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the thing to it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and put the rust, put the grip back on it. But I was looking at methods. That's why I like YouTube, because you can look at methods, different methods of fixing your issue. Some are cheaper. You know what I'm saying? The fiberglass is cheaper. It's tedious as hell, but you know, it's cheaper. It's a lot of heat. So that's what I'm. But I want my car to be nice again. I want my truck to be nice again. I don't like driving around rusted out like that. Man, I want to shine it up good, but I want to do it myself because it costs way too much for somebody else to do it. You don't want the you know what I'm saying? Oh my. Just another day living in the hood. Just another day, another day. It feels good today. Yeah, man, my truck, man. I like that truck. Everybody gone. I want to get me another one. I have to start doing some contract work. I'm saying, what I need to do some contract work on them nice contracts overseas. All I need to do, like my sister done. She ex-military like me. So I need to find out how she did that. But she went over to Iraq, I think. One of those. She went over to Iraq behind, you know what I'm saying, behind the lines, way behind the lines. And as a military civilian, as a GS, I was like, ugh. I was like, what you make? She's like, I made 5 G's. I was like, ugh. And I was like, how long was you there? She's like, I was there for a month. I was like, ugh. I needs to do that, sis. You know what I'm saying? So, I need to do that. $5,000 hit. Nice. Go over there and do what I used to do. I was a cook. I was making food. I was cooking up. I was cooking up eggs and bacon in the morning. I had them going. I was like, what's going on, Sergeant? He was like, what's going on, Special Pal? Can I get some of them bacon and eggs, bro? I was like, you sure can, Sergeant. Sure. What else you need with that? Can I get a couple biscuits with that? You got it, big dog. There's some cranberry juice, there's some orange juice over there for you, and there's some cereal over there too. Get yourself some of that oatmeal or grab some of them frosted flakes. I'll talk to you later. Now he was like, Army strong. I was like, Army strong. You know what I'm saying? Come lunchtime, he's like, what's going on, Special Pal? I was like, what up, Sarge? You doing all right? He's like, I sure am. Can I go ahead and get some of that? Hooked him up with the lunch food. But you had some, people who didn't like us. I don't understand that. How you not like the cook? As if the cook didn't go through Paragon trails. As if the cook doesn't know how to fire an M16 air cooled A2 7.5 pound rifle. As if the cook didn't do a 20-mile bivouac. As if the cook never hit, any of the ranges. Backblast area all clear. As if the cook doesn't know how to fire a bazooka. I'm a cook, but I'm a soldier first. Huh? Huh? 2 mile time, 10:36. Huh? Huh? Please. I was running people down in the 2 mile. They'd be like, I knew it was you. I could hear them feet. I'd be like, shoot. Clocking the first mile at like 5 even. Boy. Sometimes I clock the first mile slow and then beat him up on the second mile. Just pass people up. All them so-called tough guys. Had to go back and help them. They'd be fading. This is you looking at them like, I'm the cook. You tease me for being a cook. As if I ain't out here. Like I can't whoop ass. Crazy as hell. I'm a cook, but I'm a soldier first. Anyway, it's your boy Chon 202, man, coming at you one more game.